Hello again, everyone. It's Todd Staruch, the Horror Nerd, here at New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival at the Showboat in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It's the first night of the convention. We are rocking and rolling. I personally have been having a blast meeting all of my favorite celebrities. I feel it's an honor that I get to do this. And speaking of honor, I have the honor of sitting here with, people toss around the word icon a lot. But I feel that I am sitting here with a true icon, the lovely and talented Ginger Lynn. Ginger, how are you?
I'm wonderful, but did you just call me old?
Absolutely. Stop it. I'm sorry.
I had to throw you off right away so that I'm not nervous.
Oh, well, okay. Listen, I'm a little unflappable. You're going to have to try harder than that.
All right. Well, it was my first try. I don't know you that well. Yeah, we'll build up. We'll get there.
All good. No. So how has the show been for you so far?
I have to tell you, I started doing the horror cons a few years ago, like 10, 15 maybe. I have become part of the con family.
You have.
I love the people. I feel like I'm at home. I'm originally from Illinois, and I'm nice. And the people that come to these are nice, and I feel a connection. I feel like I know them. They've been down the road with me starting maybe in the 80s and 90s, maybe with the Metallica genre, the Metallica era. But,
sure.
Thank you for calling me an icon. That was really sweet.
Well, I mean it. Obviously, look, I grew up. I'm a child of the 80s, you know.
Did we not grow up in the best time ever?
We did. And I will tell you this, though. I have a lot more of an appreciation for it now than I did when I was in it. Like, especially like 80s music and stuff like that, you know. It took a while.
I still embrace the 80s. I always have. I love the 80s. I think it was the best time to grow up. It was fun, and it was free, and there weren't drugs that killed you. You just got a little bit talkative. And then when I was 4, no. So I'm having a great time. Love the convention. Love this part of the country. I love to meet fans and friends, new friends that have either started with the Devil's Rejects or prior to that. You know, it's family to me.
Very cool. And we horror fans tend to feel the same way, you know, and I know that of late you have done a lot of conventions and you are always a big hit, you know, you really are.
I'm a nice girl from Illinois.
You are.
You know, I really am. You know, I joke a lot and I'm silly and I'm funny, but, well, I think I am.
So, as far as your genre work, like, are you a horror fan in general? Or did it sort of come along and you were like, okay, it's a gig, I'll do it. But do you like horror movies?
The first horror film I ever saw, I'll tell you what the title is in a moment, but what happened was I saw it, I was 13 years old. I came home, went to my parents and said, the devil is in the basement underneath and I'm going to be possessed. And they're like, no, and they're just, and I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. I laid on The Exorcist. I laid on the floor between my bedroom and my parents' bedroom for 2 weeks after they would go to sleep because I was afraid. And I love that adrenaline. I'm the girl at the movies that's going to be going, no! I love them. I love that adrenaline rush. I love the high. I love things that scare me, things that put me on edge, things that take me to that other level, and horror films do.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think you and people love horror movies so much?
I like to be scared. I love to be scared. Yeah.
All right, I'm always very curious about that because I feel the same way. It's why people love roller coasters.
Just was at Six Flags last week.
Nice.
And it was empty. Every good ride.
Nice.
Made them all.
That's the best when that happens. So yeah, it's like you're on this roller coaster, your brain is telling you you're about to die, you idiot, but you know you're really not.
Here. I can't breathe. I'm just screaming. Can I swear?
Yes, fuck yes.
The whole way everywhere I'm hanging upside down. That's what I like, and horror films do that same thing for me.
So it sounds like you would be a lot of fun to watch a horror movie with and go on a roller coaster with. So I have 2 new bucket list items.
As long as you like bruises, because I will hit you. I get scared.
That's okay, because usually...
But not like in the face or anything.
Well, okay, listen, don't damage this. Please, that's the money
I won't. I would not do that to you.
Listen, normally I have to pay extra for that. So. All good.
We'll talk about that later.
Fantastic. So, speaking of the conventions, are how big a fangirl are you yourself? Like, do you enjoy meeting the other guests at the conventions?
I definitely do, and I love. You know who I just met recently was the one time that I became fangirl, and I didn't understand why people would come up and be so nervous around me that they would stutter and they would sweat and they would get and I'm like, I'm from Illinois, get over me. I did, and I met Mary Bonham, who played Scout in To Kill a Mockingbird. 80 years old, beautiful, just had her shit together. And I met her at the show, and I walked up, and I'm like, hi. I'm sweating. My hands are shaking. And so I get it now, but as far as me meeting the other celebrities and the horror film people, no, I feel like they're my family again. Yeah, that's just like, oh, I want to know you. I want to work with you. I want to, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So any new movies coming up? What are you working on now?
Oh.
Tell us.
Well, I've got 4 films coming out. I've got 2 with Felissa Rose. They are called Lady Killer TV. There's 3. It's a trilogy. I'm in 2 and 3. It was amazing to work with the Felissa Rose.
She's awesome.
Felissa is just one of my favorite people ever. So we worked together on that. Andy Dick is in it. Joe Bob Briggs. A lot of people. But what I'm really excited about is a film I just finished called The Pig Killer with Jake Busey.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Who I've always thought Jake was a good actor, but I don't think anyone had ever really given him the opportunity to show off his shit. This film is going to change his career. Jake is brilliant. He's just so good. And it was one of those scripts that I took 3 weeks to say yes. I love working. I say yes to everything. If we can work things out, I love working. But I literally read the script and went, I can't do this. I can't. And I finally thought to myself, as an actor, what a fucking great opportunity. I've got a character that is so foul that I don't want to play her.
Oh, wow.
I didn't want to play her. I'm like, I can't. If you hadn't met me right now and you hadn't seen me right now, I'm glad you're meeting me now rather than after you see The Pig Killer. I really am a nice girl.
Uh-oh.
I play Jake's mother, and The Pig Killer is about Vancouver's most notorious serial killer and rapist. He raped and killed 49 women. His parents, me being one of them, owned a pig farm. And I'm not going to tell you anything else because it's just Bai Ling. I can never pronounce her name.
Bai Ling?
Bai Ling is in the movie. Who else is in it? Some people from The Devil's Rejects. Lou Temple plays my other son, who's older than me. But that's... Just had to point that out.
We did circle back to the age thing.
Just had to get that back in
Fantastic. You are too much fun. It should be illegal.
I know, right?
Fun. It really should.
And they take me out in public. I hope that people watching this actually come to see me at a convention. Just go to any convention. They are so much fun. They really are. And thank you. I really appreciate you sitting down and chatting with me.
Listen, you're thanking me. I'm thanking you because... I obviously have seen you at some conventions recently, and only now the fact that I get to sit down with you is a highlight of my weekend. I really mean that. So
thank you.
Yeah, but so Ginger,
sweet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm a hugger. So Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time.
The pleasure
we
was
will
mine.
look forward to your movies. I may not speak to you again after watching that one. So
I know, that's what
at
I'm
least
afraid
we had
of.
our time
we
now.
had this moment,
We
and
did.
I will never forget it.
Fantastic. Ginger Lynn, everybody, here at New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival at Atlantic City, New Jersey. I am the horror nerd, Todd Staruch, signing off. We will see all of you in the next interview.